Hello friend, thanks for joining me for another video blog. New week, new series this week. We're going to be talking about balance. Don't turn this video off. I am not speaking of the balance that a lot of high achievers associate with. And they don't like the topic of balance because there's an association that balance is this thing about balance between work and life. That doesn't exist. That's BS. We have one life. Think of my t-shirt here, right? One life, that's the tree of life with the yin and the yang symbol. So we're going to be talking about the balance of these two forces of nature that we all have because we are nature. We operate in these two forces, the yin and the yang, or you can say the feminine and the masculine, which has nothing to do with gender or sexual preferences. It has to do with our tendencies. If we are more like a doer, more like an achiever versus somebody who is calmer, has, enjoys more just being versus just doing. So what we're looking for here is creating the balance between the being and the doing. Think of the being as the yin and the doing as the yang. And these forces, they create each other. Okay, and they balance each other. That's what they do. We could not have one without the other. So let's think about the yin and yang. I made a little list here for you. You can take a quick pick. But right off the bat, you can see that the feminine, the yin, is the moon, the cool, the wet, the cold. And the yang energy is the fire. So then I put some examples here below. So think of our society. Our society is made much more of this masculine energy. Patriarchal societies, right? Masculine, the doer, the achiever, the producer. And women are in the category too. A lot of women operating way more with masculine energies than feminine energies. Why do I know this? My entire life I've been operating from a very strong masculine energy. In this last year, where this thing that's going on all over the world gave us a pause, I been integrating more with the feminines. But let me give you examples here. Think of because one doesn't exist without the other. Think of when you're recovering and resting, you are in the yin. When you are doing, stressing the body, exercising or through work, stressing your brain, you are the yang, the fire, right? So the rest is the water, and the stress is the fire. Think when you're incubating ideas, when you're writing ideas, when you're reflecting, when you're thinking, that's feminine energies, that's the yin. And when you're manifesting, that's the birth phase of your ideas, that is the masculine, the yang. When a woman's pregnant, that's yin energy. The moment of birth, when that child is bursting out, that's fire, that's masculine energy. So you can see that we need both. We have the winter period, which is more yin for nature, and now it's spring, you start seeing the flowers sprouting, right? Flowers and pretty soon fruits, and then vegetables, and trees are growing. So we're moving into a season that is more yang. So everything in nature is ruled by these two forces, the fire and the water. And we're not talking about the 5 elements here. In Chinese philosophies, you can go into the 5 elements. But let's keep it very simple. When you think of your balance, like you just want to be aware day to day, just think of the fire and just think of water to keep it very simple. Okay? So the question is, how much are you doing? How much you're busy, you're in stress versus how much you rest and recovery, right? And we want to think of these two forces always balance each other because we live in a society which being busy, always being doing is glorified. As a society, we're very out of balance. That's why we see so much depression, anxiety, obesity, right? Emotional stress. We see a lot of disharmony and dis-ease because anytime we become out of balance, if a system in our body is out of balance, for a long period of time, there's a disturbance on the energy flow in that area, and that's how we get sick. If you don't have a healthy energy flow through your body, that area of your body is going to suffer. And if you push and keep pushing in this fire, in this yang energy, that's what it leads to burnout. And usually personalities that are, in that category, they experience a lot of muscle pain, joint pain, bone problems, heart problems, and kidney problems. So this is a little bit of the Chinese medicine, how they approach illnesses. They also look at what organs, what parts of our bodies are more yin and the yang, and it can get very complicated. I'm not going to get into it. So let's start thinking about the yin and the yang, the feminine force and the masculine force. And because I've been really sitting with these energies now for months, there is a framework, an insight that came, that was, kind of created in my meditations, and I start kind of sitting with it and really identify with. So I'm going to name 2 archetypes here that represent the more feminine energy and the more masculine energy. I'm going to share this with you because I will be talking a lot about this in the coming weeks. I'm creating a masterclass on this. These archetypes are the mystic and the warrior. We are very much warriors in this society, always doing. We use expressions like, I'm gonna fight for it, I'm gonna make it happen. We are a force of nature, right? That's very masculine energy. Very beautiful, very necessary. But the problem is we operate too much in that energy. Too much from the head, too much from the doer, too much from the pusher. Who do we need to bring in to balance our energies? The mystic, the alchemist. Think of the mystic as the sage. If we think about the Orient, the Eastern philosophies, let's think of the sage as the mystic, and let's think of the samurai as the warrior, right? So that you have the sage, right, in a society, and then you have the samurai. Let's think of the tribes, the Native Americans or the tribes in Amazon. They have the shaman, who is the magician, the mystic, right? And he's representing the feminine energy, or she. The first, I'm actually just learned recently that the first shamans recorded in history, way past 2,000 years, they were women, the first shamans. So the shaman carries the feminine energy because it's the mystic. And then you have the warrior of the tribe that is there to protect the tribe, to go hunt, while the shaman is healing people from psychology issues, from emotional stress, from demons, from diseases, from imbalances. So we all are that. We are the mystic and we are the warrior. So I start identifying myself as these 2 archetypes a lot. I always identify myself as the warrior because of the athlete in me and that kind of person that puts something, if I put something in my mind, I will make it happen. And I became out of balance. Too much fire, too much doing, too much masculine. In this last 6 to 9 months, I've been really working with my mystic. That's why I meditate much longer. That's why I work with some plants at times to amplify this mystic in me. And I'm not saying here you need to work with any plant medicines. I'm just saying by just sitting in meditation, into reflection, learn how to connect more with your heart and connect with this field, this cosmos, you start exploring the mystic in you. So that's what I'm going to be talking a lot about in the next few weeks. I'm creating a masterclass, which might become even a year of mentorship program with me. I don't know yet, but a lot of creativity has been coming out, and the mystic has been within me for many months, and today's the day I'm sharing. So more on the mystic and the warrior coming up. Stay tuned. And if you're interested in the topic of anxiety, that's what I recorded last week. I did 3 or 4 videos about high function anxiety. Go to my YouTube channel, check the content, it's free. And if you want to learn more about how to awake this mystic in you so you unleash your superpowers, because when we work well with the integration, the balance of the yin and the yang, we become way more powerful, because we become the co-creators, because the creator, it's feminine, and the masculine is going to manifest out of those creations. So we need both. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah. Have a great day.